Hey guys, welcome back with Linksy. Another review with Linksy, and today we have, we have a battle, ranked game between myself and a random. The person is Odino, and I am of course Grandpa Linksy or Linksy for short here. My nickname is Grandpa Linksy by accident, but yeah, just because I'm a slightly older dude, slightly older, 27 years old. Anyway, so yeah, I'm playing as the Turks, and I'm going up against the Saracens, which is quite an interesting thing because both the Turks and Saracens are uh, kind of similar. We are playing on the continental map, which again, everything is random. Whenever I play ranked, I'm trying to learn the game as fast as possible, as best as I can, and to do so, I just go everything random. And I've been working a little bit on my Dark Age micro. I've clearly made a mistake with those sheep. But since this is, there are fish, and I can see lots of fish. I see this little area over here. Our scout is like, ooh, that's perfect. I want to get some fish eco up as soon as possible, hence I'm starting to send people early to villagers very early to the lumber camp. I do scout both the rhino and the elephant, and I do know very soon I'll know where my zebras are. I also noticed these relics early on, which gives me an idea of how I'm going to be getting a lot of my gold later in the game, or at least that's the plan which I had. Meanwhile, my enemy is ignoring his sheep and goats over here. He's doing his thing. I do manage to find mine quite easily, and I capture them, send them back, and I start farming. I put 4 on wood, which is my normal. There are 2 more sheep up here, which I miss entirely, but that's fine. Meanwhile, my enemy has not noticed most of his, like he has 2 down here and 2 up here, which he ignores as he is scouting my base. I believe he's in my base. Okay, yeah, he's going around this way. He might actually get these. I don't remember exactly. He probably got these guys though. I missed these barely. But anyway, back to this. I am just farming these goats and sheep. I'm trying to get as much food as possible, keeping a constant production of villagers. He is researching loom earlier on, and something I don't do, guys, skip loom and just move forward. But noticing how the pro players play, loom is something that is very, 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 very important earlier on. So over here I get the dock, and again I'm just rushing to get the villagers out to get enough wood to be able to build docks and farm fish. Nice snapper over there. Is there any salmon? No, they're all snapper. Now the problem here is that I end up pop capped at here pretty much. After this villager I am pop capped. I'm trying to build a boat as fast as possible. Again, my micro is not on point. I'm exploring down here. And meanwhile, he saw where I am and has just placed his scout over there waiting for me. Most of my micro is obsessed on this guy, but very soon I'll start building a... I'm trying to save my villager over there. And I managed to do so in the last second. And the elephant just drops into a good place where I can just cut him down really quickly. And this is the point. Over here, I have not constructed anything. I quickly, panically put some villagers, and then I didn't notice, oh boy, I've done a mistake. So instantly, I drop 2 houses. I drop another house just there, and you can see it. My I didn't put the points up. So over at the moment, Odino is actually overtaking me with regards to points, just barely, and that's mostly due to that miss micro over here. The amount of micro the elephant took from me, which is absolutely shameful, is it was enough to limit my movement on that side, whereas on, like, this guy's still not doing anything, and 2 people are just absolutely just doing nothing. Again, I'm just focused on the micro of the scout cavalry on this side, which is a pain because I should know better. I should be able to do better. I get a good idea what he has at this point. He still hasn't got a lumber camp, and I assume that he has a lumber camp either here or here. But I didn't think he would be so late with his lumber. He was cutting down the trees around his, the singular trees around his town center, which in my case are these guys, but I completely ignore them in my case as I'm just building a very compact base. I also need to start putting my houses in more strategic locations. I mean, yes, these are the initial houses I placed in a panic, but I should have placed these guys like there and here, starting to build a sort of a wall. Maybe even back here, just closing this gap over there. Because walling is a problem, but I'll get used to it really soon. Now, as soon as I get these boats up, fish, and I start get a decent food economy, and my production of villagers stays on point. I start queuing up extra villagers just because I don't want to not pre-producing villagers. At this point, I overtake him in points. Again, this means nothing because most of the points at this point are simply due to what do you mean? Just exploring, and he is doing very good on exploring. So let's see. That's me. This is what I've explored till now, and this is what he has explored till now. He hasn't found me yet. I thought he had explored me earlier, but he's explored quite a decent bit around his base. Meanwhile, if you look at mine, I did explore a little bit, but I completely ignored here, and I don't know exactly what there is, and I don't think I figure out what's down here till very late in the game, if at all. Oh, and this is what guy I can see. Oops, wrong buttons. Okay. Oh my God, Linksy. There you go. And I need to learn the shortcuts for these. Anyway, I have a decent number of villagers, which are pretty much on food. I should start going up to feudal, and like right now, and I go up to feudal just slightly ahead of him. He does have 2 villagers, and he's going up as well. But again, now I build my mill. He already has his mill up. He already is mostly through his berries. He's killing his elephant now, but he's going for a fast castle because he's already mining his gold, and he has 2 on wood, 2 lumberjacks on the woods. I'm trying to build that and getting all of my lumberjacks properly. Collectively, I'm gonna have 14 lumberjacks, and currently I have 5 fish, but the fish will grow steadily, and I will dock again down here and up here eventually. He's gonna explore my fish. The thing is, he's done nothing throughout this entire game to deal with my fish, and possibly the main reason why I win is because of the fish. Also, perhaps noticing now, I should have done a push in feudal age. He starts researching feudal age now. If I start moving my villagers forward like these guys and build a tower here, I would have denied this gold and just walled properly. I would have denied that gold, and I would probably have been able to build another tower here, denying all of this, or even here, killing those villagers. But I don't. I just start walling the rear of my base slightly, and I just focus on building a proper economy. These guys move down here, and I start prepping to build. Yeah, there you go. I want to build that dock as fast as possible because I want to. I was thinking of building a lumberjack here as well after just following this up and get my research done, and I build my farms as fast as I can as well. So at this point it's just economical building. I am just chilling with my scout, which is something I need to work on more often, but I do have a number of villagers on food, and at this point it came to my mind I have no gold and I should start going towards gold because I do have the food necessary to go up to castle age. And if I had these 4 on gold instead of building this dock, which at the moment it is working on producing more fishing ships, yes, and that's giving me quite a number of fish of food. I mean, I have 7 fish and I have 7 on my berries over there. I do find these sheep and I send them in. Getting gold. I am building another house over here to not get pop capped, and I am just making sure that there's a little bit of a wall because I am getting scared, and I am scared of this high ground as well. I should have taken it in retrospect. I should have built on it and defended it much better, but it's not easy to build there, so I'm just trying to build wherever I can, however I can. My base management is not the most ideal of places. I'm producing more farms, I'm producing more food, and I'm doing whatever I can to just get my economy ahead. Now at this point we're just neck and neck for economy. With regards to economy, he has a decent number on gold, and he's starting to make his farms. He's building an archery range, and he, I believe, is very close to start going up to castle age. No, he isn't. He's actually taking his time to wall down this way. He has the resources pretty much. He doesn't have he has 30 villagers, and how many do I have? I have 29. He's actually doing better than me with regards to villagers, but I am producing 2 boats at the same time as well, my villagers, so that is on my side. He's stonewalling here, which I found to be really interesting. It did block me from going through, but at that time that I started the assault on this area, I like, you know, stone walls don't matter much when you have battering rams, but we'll see that later on. He does make an archer push just about now, and he's producing archers, but he does not have a blacksmith anywhere, and you do need a blacksmith, and those archer upgrades are necessary. I do build a blacksmith down here, and I realize it's my fault. If you see over here, I still haven't explored this little land down here, so I have no idea what's there. For me, it could be linked, so I'm just closing myself off, trying to see what if he has anything back here, if he has any expansions of the sword, but he does not. It's absolutely horrendous of me. I have so many. I have 10. Yeah, these guys need to be. Oh my god, this is so embarrassing. So I have 7 left, which is basically those guys which I should be putting to work. I built another dock back here, and instead of that dock and these farms, I should have built a market, because that market would have allowed me to proceed to Castle Age. And this was the mistake I did here. I did a bad call building that dock. At the same time, I also moved forward, and I got this mill where I am farming these zebras for extra food. Again, at this point, I just wanted food, I wanted resources, I wanted as many rests as possible. I do get a market going. I decide against building another lumberjack over there and just wait and got my market. She's still not doing her thing, but with this market I could be able to move to Castle Age pretty much after this finishes, and that would give me the ability to counter any assault he does on me. Yeah, my villagers over there killed that guy really easily. I have a lot of food, but again, I go instantly to Castle Age at this point, and he is already 10% towards Castle Age. I should have been going to Castle Age much earlier. Now over here I noticed that he's attacking me with an archer push late feudal age, which is strange because at this point I would have waited for crossbows in Castle Age, and I tried to quickly build a watchtower, trying to distract the archers by getting them to go away, but of course, like, doing that micro is what cost me in the end. But him not moving into my wood line, or even putting his archers back here, denying this wood line, forcing me to go back here, or, you know, to go behind, him deciding that it's a good idea to kill these archers is what ended up costing him this push, and these archers actually get pushed back by the arrow tower, and that's absolutely fine. I am slightly behind with regards to everything at this point. He's 100 points ahead. He's building a stable, but these stables, he never really produced anything that could have damaged me. Light cavalry right now would have been really pain in the ass. I destroyed the mill over there, and I make space to build I believe the barracks, and I tried to build some forward buildings there very soon, but of course it didn't work. I wall over here, and I am building a lumber camp to start mining that food. Oh my god, these guys were still waiting. So yeah, I completely forgot to give you my workers things to do after they finished building certain things if they are hiding behind buildings, and that is something I need to fix. I've moved to Castle Age, so has he, but he is already halfway done with most of his upgrades. He's getting decent upgrades. I believe he's getting supplies, and he's getting some knights out. Now those knights will be a pain in the ass to deal with. Meanwhile, on my end, my woodline over here has punctured to the other side, and that means it's more area to cover. I do buy some stone because I had burned some stone on that tower, and I built a quick second town center. Now looking at him, he's been in Castle Age slightly longer than me, and he has more resources than I do, but he is not focused on that. He's moving forward to build, I believe, a castle at this point. Yeah, he places a castle down this way, and he is preparing to drop a castle close to my base. Again, at this point, oof, that was so close to block him. I see the knights, and I just run back. I start producing spears as soon as possible, but of course, since I am the Turks, I only get basic spears. Do I get upgraded spears? I'm not sure. I don't think Turks do. I think they only get the basic ones, and basic skirmishers as well, but those are the only things I can produce right now, so I just start producing them as fast as I can. He sells a lot of stuff to build this castle, which I think was out of place. He should have built it right smack down in front of my buildings, because then I would have lost all of these really easily, and losing my blacksmith would have been disastrous in my case. My light cav out here can see what he's doing. He's walled these areas. He's building a university. He's building houses to wall me out. But again, I could have swung around and raided his rear. And at this point, what I should have done is, and this is something to look in the future, is that rather than focusing on defense, because this is what entirely I'm doing, I'm just focusing on defense, focusing on my economy, trying to get my eco to be stellar. Should have built 4 or 5 different stables and started spamming cavalry, light cav, just 15 light cav. I have the resources for it, and just get into his eco, kill his wood, absolutely massacre his wood and massacre in there. I do get some upgrades later on, but of course it's not nearly enough. He does get 4 knights, and he starts getting his special units, I believe are the Mangadai. Again, I am so bad with this stuff. He's running around with his scout, exploring, seeing what I have, trying to figure out what I'm doing. And he's probably confused as well for me just focusing on eco at the moment. I'm trying to get as much stone as I can. I'm building a monastery as a way to try and counter the knights, but again, it's just a little bit too late. The knights are trying to go down this way. Again, I am once more pop capped, and I should have built those right next to each other. This was a mistake from my end. It's an absolute shame what I did. I move all of them in, but I lose 3 of them, I believe. 3 villagers over there. And then I drop a castle right next to my town center over here, trying to defend this wood line, this town center, and these resources. Because this castle in my head is that if he tries to attack me from this side, these 2 town centers would be more than enough to push back any of these knights. Meanwhile, I'm not sure if he actually explored that. I do have a lot of fish. I have 10 over there. So I have 14 fish, and they are producing so much food. They're pretty much all of my food income at the moment. I am also pop capped once again, and I'm just trying to spam as many houses as humanly can. My castle is up. I put them in the castle. I threw them back in at work as quickly as I can and see what I can do. I do have a lot of them which are idling right now because I'm trying to kill these guys as best as possible. I do have 3 spears which I should bring out to try and kill these knights, but these knights are running around, and this town center is doing a lot of damage to them. I'm still getting some resources from these wood trees over here, but again, I've lost a lot of villagers to this assault, all of which I could have potentially saved. I'm not sure what these guys are doing, but I thought might as well they get to do something. His castle is over here just shooting at my archery range and trying to destroy that. And meanwhile, what do? I am just panicked at this point. I'm just panicking, trying to figure out what I need to do. Most of my villagers are idling. I have 6 idle villagers, and trying to set up more gold income because I am really low on gold, and gold would be the thing that I need to build janissaries, which I'm trying to spam. Now janissaries are a fantastic unit because they're a gunpowder unit which you can get in the castle age, and they do a lot of armor piercing, which is exactly what I need against these knights. I do convert one of his knights and I start fighting him, but I lose it. Then again, his knight over here is only 8 health left, so it's more just a little health at all. He dies to these janissaries, and then I have battering rams which I'm using to assault. Now Mamelukes, sorry, my god, Mangadai. Mamelukes. Absolutely stupid link scene. You guys are going to call me out in the chat for that. But yeah, those Mamelukes down there again scared me, and honestly at this point what I should have done, I have 7 skirmishers. They can do some decent damage to those guys. I should not have moved my my battering rams on this castle. I should have rather broken down this gate and started destroying his rear as best as possible. I'm trying to get my farms to go on. Again, I should have pressed the right button to do over there to automatically farm, but at this point I must say I was in full panic mode. Now going back to his base, there's nothing happening. He has 2 town centers, yes, but he's not doing anything on the back of this. And if you look at his resources, he has so much he could do. His population is static at this point. He stopped building villagers. He's got a lot of farms which are untouched, but he has almost nothing on gold, nothing on stone, and he should have at least 10 on gold right now. Getting all that gold down, getting these resources down, maybe even expanding here. Building a castle here would be great. Not even, maybe building a castle here. and just stopping me from expanding. I built my third town center just out of the way, and he can't see it. I'm producing villagers left, right, and center. I do have I do have a lot of Janissaries. I built my second castle up forward here to try and block this. He's building his second castle a bit defensively again. I would have placed it over there, or even really sneakily just down this way, which would have split my base in half. He wasn't that aggressive with his castles, which perhaps is the main reason he didn't do well. Also, he has 8 of these guys, 8 Mamelukes, right? He should be seeing this right now, and I think he was seeing it. No, he wasn't. Oh wow, oh wow, that that is close. That is so close. He has spearmen from his end. Why does he make spearmen? He's seeing my castle, but it's about to go up now. It's a little too late. And that castle goes up, and these guys are absolutely shredded. So okay, he had no idea what was happening there. That possibly worked in my favor. I had no idea he was building a castle here either, but that castle over there just working in my favor. And at this point my economy is exploding. I am booming quite heavily. Lots of wood, lots on gold, lots on food. And again, these guys just doing absolute wonders, collecting resources from there. These guys down here are doing really well, and he has 8 Mamelukes here, which he just leaves there and doesn't try to assault me. He could probably have broken through this really easily. I noticed them, so I built a watchtower to try and defend myself. There is this castle, but he could have broken through this palisade wall really fast, and would have caused me no ends of pain over there. I destroy his I believe that was his stable. I destroyed the stable, and I'm just attacking with my troops. I have a couple of woodcutters here, which I don't know what they're going, but they're doing their own little thing. Okay, he kills some villagers which come around. Oh yeah, they come around to build the palisade one. He kills them with the Mamelukes over there. Miss micro from my end, but I'm getting a few units. I have 5 of these Janissaries, and these Janissaries will be a decent unit against most of what he has. I'm trying to build university, but again I should have slammed it to the wall over there and just tried to block everything off. Maybe even put a castle on this hill. Honestly, I should have built a third castle. I built my third castle over here, but perhaps I should have built it up here, and that would have given me control over this area. But I was just focused on dealing with this side, which he was really heavily assaulting me on. Like, looking at it, I did not abuse the fact that there was nothing back here. There was absolutely nothing. I blocked it using walls, because I didn't want these guys to be a problem. But again, they were a problem. He's raiding my economy, consistently raiding my economy. But at this point, my fish economy was so good that I was able to just rake in so much food, and I had so much wood, right? And apart from this, I am 50% towards the Imperial Age. I am just rushing towards the Imperial Age, because what I want is, I want the castle upgrades as soon as possible. I want the siege upgrades, and I want trebuchets to take down his castles and trap him down. He is now getting the blacksmith upgrades for his archers and his castles, but still a little bit too late. And I think I already got most of mine. I am not sure. I'm not sure how to. I need to download a good interface to cast these. I have 3 battering rams up, being produced, and my idea was to take down this castle and then take down this one. And I have 9 Janissaries, which soon are going to be elite Janissaries, very, very fast. Yeah, in fact, I am getting my second, I'm getting my Botkin arrow, and then I'll get Bracer soon after, as soon as I am in Imperial Age, and that will make my units much better than his in terms of range. He's trying to send his longswordsman in. I have a monk, which I used to collect one of the relics. I had one of the relics over there, and that was fantastic. So I have battering rams going up, a castle going up here, which I've blocked, and I'm doing all I can to try and stop these guys from coming to assault me. With these 2 castles, he probably will be just an absolute nightmare for him to do anything. I'm destroying all of his forward production buildings, and I've stalled his assault that he had. And honestly, if he did act a bit earlier, I would have been dead. At this point, if I look at his resources, he has so much more resources than me. He's not spending anything at all. He's expanding slowly, but he's not building production buildings at all, whereas I am slowly building up, and I'm slowly getting resources out, buildings out and units up. Again, at the same time, this is my last remaining wood line. It's decent one. I mean, these guys are okay, but and this one I've kind of abandoned, but this is my last remaining wood line, and if he assaults me there, I am in big trouble. As you can see, I do have some wood in the bank, but it's very limited. So as soon as I assault his castle and he realizes I have 2 trebuchets, he's almost in the Imperial Age as well, but he tries to attack me. He does break through, but these Mamelukes die really fast to that castle, and his first castle is down. I start taking down his buildings, and I take that down, and I basically just got control of this area once again. And over here my assault started, and I'm just doing absolutely fantastic. I realize he does have a stable here, and he does have some what you call them, lumberjacks, some villagers, and I just want to get rid of them. He has a common rider which he produced, but it's not going to do anything over there. These 2 castles defending each other. He's building a trap as well. He just upgraded, and he's going to build a trap very soon. My trap starts taking down his castle. My wood line over here, it's getting eaten up really fast. I have I don't know why I built 2 right next to each other. I'm honestly, I think I wanted to build it here, but I misclicked over there. At this point, it's a shame from my end that I have so much resources. I'm not using them. I'm trying to produce whatever I can, but I don't realize till a bit later that, hey, Linksy, look, you don't have the capacity to produce. You have the resources, but you don't have where to produce them. I'm just producing Janissaries, but then again, 16 Janissaries, they melt pretty much anything. And there are 3 rams over there. I could build more. Honestly, those rams are absolutely beautiful. I'm getting LE Janissary, which is a very expensive upgrade, but again, I have so much gold coming in at this point, it's absolutely nuts. He's trapping down my siege over my castle over there, but I'm moving forward, and I'm just trying to destroy whatever production buildings he has and kill whatever I can. And my monk is over there healing a little bit my units, but I was thinking that I could convert any big thing he has. He starts moving forward with those camel riders, but my spears will do short work of them, and my castle helping them will do the rest. That castle starts to go down. My castle will die really soon, but look, the Genesis could produce such a fast rate. He has a number of camel riders over here, which he's trying to destroy my battering rams with, but again, like, these guys are melting his camels really fast. And my trebuchet will go down over here. Very close. Actually, it didn't, barely made it, but it almost went down. My castle goes down, and his castle goes down, and at this point, it's almost GG. I have outpaced him. I've pushed him back at every angle. The main thing he does have is that he has a trebuchet back here and a castle back here, which I did not realize. And this is what I was talking about. I need to be a little bit more map aware, because I needed to have walled here as well, and maybe build my town center back here now, since he's trapping it down, and he's trapping down my university as well. And as soon as I destroyed the castles over there, I just built another castle here, and really and truly should have been defending back here. I send my Janissaries 18 elite Janissaries. These guys do decent that way. They do 22 damage. That's really good. And I'm just slowly, these guys aren't even building. Jesus Christ, see. So yeah, I'm not in the best of places. I'm building university back up. I'm taking down his trebuchet as he's trying to trap down my university once again, which was in the middle of getting, I think I got bomber tower. I didn't even build any. I wanted to build a couple of bomber towers. These is still a battering ram, and eventually I realized, oh, I could get what you call it. I could get myself a capped ram, and that will do more damage. And I eventually go up to that attack, but at this point I'm just trying my best to get my economy up, and this is what I meant. I have keep my economy floating, but get enough production that once this harassment starts, he will not be able to stop. I built more siege, and I built 6 stables back here to start producing units too, which luckily I was able to stop this from doing any decent damage to me. I also got capped ram just now, and I'm building more rams in the front. I have 2 rams being produced. I have these trebuchets moving forward to start destroying his stack back here, as well as destroy these stables which I'm seeing being built. He's sending Mamelukes forward to harass my line, my resources back here, my farms, etc. But I have my stables set up, and Turks get hussars for free, so I didn't even need to research that. So I just start spamming hussars, and I mean, just so many hussars everywhere. I'm also getting bloodlines. I'm building stables down here to also try and get into his lines. I have 20 Janissaries and they're doing their thing. He's sending more Cowan Riders in, trying to do damage to me, but at this point, my Hussars are out. I have 6 stables back here. I have 10 stables in total soon, and he will not be able to do anything. I mean, they're Hussars without upgrades, but look at my production line now compared to his. He's building nothing, whereas mine is completely jam-packed, and I still have so much in the bank. And this is where he realized the game is over. He just sees my battering ram coming in, my Janissaries coming in. He realizes his assault back here is over, as I have so much production that he cannot keep up with the Hussar production, even though he has camels and Mamelukes. He does take down my what you call it down again, but over here it's just over for him. He's trying to build a defensive castle, but that's it. I mean, looking back, most of the fighting happened in this area. He put a lot of pressure on me, but this castle really helped me. Building elite Janissaries, that castle really helped me, and then just this other castle here and here, I just helped me contain the threat, because I believe he would have built a castle there and that would have been really difficult for me. He should have done this earlier, or I should have built a castle there to deny any form of aggression on this side. He still could have gone down this route and done damage to me, but that's limited. And again, these Hussars were going to be a big problem for him. I had almost 20 in production. Yeah, I was producing them everywhere I could, and it's almost a non-stop thread. 21 of these guys, and I was also producing as much as I could from over here. Again, Janissaries are really expensive units, but they do really well, especially against, you know, I mean, at this point he really had nothing left. I expected him to have a lot back here, which surprised me, because I did not harass him at all. But again, this is low elo legends, this is like low elo people. We're under 1000 elo, and it's difficult to really know the game that much detail. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this. So statistics, so you see the statistics as well. Just saying, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give me a like, subscribe to the channel, or even just tell me how I can be better. I really appreciate anything of the sort, because I'm trying to get better at this game, get good. I think overall I'm improving. Over the past few games I went from pretty shitty to a decent amount. I realize it does help when I'm not live casting the game, but I'll do a couple of those as well, and we'll see how that goes. But yeah, overall I did really well. Stone, he had more than me, which he should have built a couple more castles, because he had so much more resources than me. 40 minutes Imperial Age, which is absolutely sad. I mean, 12 minutes Feudal is decent, but I should have got into Castle Age at least at 18 minutes, because I did have the resources for that. Did research more than he did. With regards, yeah, I had 4 castles, like same relics captured. I think he had more relics on his side. He got more relic gold than me, because he did capture them earlier, but I did have more villagers, because I kept building villagers till the end. And as you can see, like when he attacked me here and I was in the castle, I just tried to get to the castle age as fast as possible, because I was lagging behind. He had more of an army than I did, and if he assaulted me at any point here before I started growing my army, he would have lost absolutely. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.